tell me I need to hand it over to Mr. Brinkman. Paul Brinkman, Sense of Africa, Namibia, right?
That's right.
Awesome. Take it away, sir. Welcome to our IntelliTravel family.
Okay, thank you.
There we go. One more. Yeah, that's it.
Start.
Awesome.
I have the clicker.
You have the control, sir.
So, hi everyone. I'm gonna present on Namibia today. I take it, normally working in the North American market, that the destination itself is not that well known. So what I want to do is I'm going to go through the highlights and then just give quick ideas on how we put it together for Go Away and how best to sell it or to experience it. So starting off is Walalapo. That is a very friendly welcome and hello in our local language, Oshibambo. This is a map of Namibia. And I'm going to take you clockwise around through the map, starting southeast, and as we go along, I'll pop up the map every time so you can see where we are. So we always start in Windhoek, and then we go to the Kalahari. The Kalahari, opposite to Botswana, we have these undulating dunes, and opposite to other deserts that we have in the country, these dunes in this desert, it's actually a thirst land, is vegetated. So you will have acacia trees, you'll have grasses, and what you'll also have is, I think we jumped on, wildlife. The thing with any kind of tourism we really try and promote in Namibia, we try and make it immersive tourism so that you are inside the country and you feel it directly on your skin, experiential. It's also home of the Bushmen, so as you can see here, there would be game drives, there would be Bushman walks, sundowners with gin and tonics. We move further south, we have the Fish River Canyon. I have to always smile when I deal with the North American markets because I always get reminded, why do we go there? Because we have the Grand Canyon. But it is the second largest canyon in the world, and it differentiates itself from the other deserts we have in the country in that it's rocky plains, mountain massifs, and deep gorges. Then we go to Ludwig's. The reason we go here, this is where colonization started in Namibia and where the diamonds were found, and then the Germans became very interested. It's also where the Portuguese landed first. It's a contrast, first of all, that we have water at once, but we have the ghost towns. And those were the initial, let me just go back to that one. Where you have these ghost towns where the miners were and the mines were. And when the mines dried up, the diamonds dried up, they left. So you have these surreal old towns with really not much left there. A photographer's dream, really. And then we go to what Namibia is known best for, the Namib Desert itself. And here you have the Salvador Dali-esque kind of portraits of a surreal, haunting beauty. This is dead flame. Those are black camel thorns, dead over 700 years on white clay pans with the ochre dunes and the blue sky behind it. And then what I try and do is also just give an idea of the kind of accommodation you would be staying in when you travel. So this would be a really comfortable 3-star rustic tented camp out directly into the countryside in a community with nature. And this is really the environment that we delve into. The dunes, hot air ballooning over some spectacular landscapes and vistas, and the desert isn't only just the sand, it's those massive mountain massifs. Later on I will be presenting on East Africa where the hot air ballooning will be different. And then the standard of accommodation is also 2 more upmarket properties. We move further north, and here we come to Swakopmund. So when you're traveling, this becomes a little bit of a surprise. It's a Bavarian town in the middle of the desert. You can see from the pitched roofs, they built that way so that the snow can run down in winter. Something that really was never planned. But the really interesting thing about it is it's just the kind of accommodation is, this is our playground. This is when people say, well, do I really need to go there? This is our activity center. And whether it's quad biking in the dunes or doing a living desert tour and seeing the Little Five, it's sandboarding. It's really exciting tours through the dune belts on the Skeleton coastline, or marine cruises with dolphins and seals. This is where it all really gets to happen. Then we move further north, Damaraland. That's the start of Damaraland, Gokeveld, and what is the Skeleton Coast. And this, what we have here, we have a UNESCO World Heritage Site, an open-air museum with over 3,000 Bushman rock engravings from over 6,000 years ago. But what really makes this place interesting is it's one of those last really open wilderness areas. It is untouched largely by man. There are very few people, and so you have this really liberating, soulful experience in something which is really just not like at home. And I always like to put in pictures. This is also a standard accommodation, 3 to 4 star, but really always showing that when you travel with GoAway, when you travel with us, it's about being in community with nature. It's also home of the elusive desert elephant. We're the only ones who have those. And you spend the day really trekking through dry riverbeds and looking for these magnificent beasts. And then just, some more examples of this is what you will experience on your tour. Really, this is your room. The walls can drop or stay up. Moving further north, and we put this in here specifically because the terminology Skeleton Coast is very popular in the north of America. And this is where you have these lonely windswept beaches, as I've said before, really soulful, tugging at your heartstrings, open, wild wilderness areas. And I always try and show, this is how you will be staying in the evening. Your accommodation and the wildlife and the nature is all nicely in sync with each other. Now the important thing is when we move next is Etosha, because anyone who comes to Africa wants to see wildlife. Wildlife is Africa, Africa is wildlife. So before anyone thinks we are deserts and open landscapes and nothing else, we go to Etosha and we have the waterholes dotted through the entire park. And although you may get a more safari-like experience in East Africa, at these waterholes you probably will get the greatest abundance and variety of different animals in one area. And you really see, we have everything. We have the elephants, we have the rhino, we have the lions, we have the leopards. Magnificent safari and game viewing in Namibia as well. Then I just want to quickly talk about how, you've now seen the classic highlight of the country, and how do we sell it, how do we put it together. So we have our own guided scheduled tours, and I'm going to link the two directly to each other, whether it's by vehicle or whether it's flying with set departure dates. And we also have them in categories either classic or superior. And the main differences between them would be classic would be up to 16 packs, staying in really good middle market properties, and the superior would be maximum 6 guests, and it would be in the high-end trademark properties that we are known for. And then if you move just a bit to the right, it really is, we can do everything we do scheduled, we can do tailor-made. We can do bespoke. Tell us what you want and we'll put it together. And then self-drive travel. I know it's not that common from here, but I would go 60 to 70% of the tourists in Namibia are actually self-drive guests. And it really allows you to travel on your own time and make your own decisions as you go along. We do adventure travel, and as much as we're doing immersive tourism already, this is where it becomes, you could do camping, we could put a mobile camp up when you want to go somewhere where there is not standard accommodation. And then family holidays, we all know, everyone who's got kids or anyone who works in travel and has to do family holiday, there are nuances and specialities that you need to adapt to when you're traveling with kids, and the same would apply to any other special interest. This is all not that important. We do add-on packages, incentive travel and special interest. Mobile camping. You've met my colleague Ken from Drifters. We actually do that under their name because we are 100% sister companies. Special occasions always naturally high-end travel. The information packs that you get from us is the Deluxe Travel Planner. It has a map, it has your itinerary, it has a book on Namibia, it has the vouchers, it has a VIP card. We do a meet and greet service at the international airport or at your guest house. We have the most hybrid fleet, and this is really to suit the conditions that we travel in. Anything from a smaller 4x4 to the safari land cruisers everyone's common with, to robust 14-seaters, and we even run 22 and 44-seater coaches. We have our own guide mentorship program, really being able to instill our own culture and DNA and making sure that they focus on group dynamics and holiday. And then the typical social responsibility projects, we have a kindergarten that we support fully on our own. And then naturally, we always try and stick also to keep it green, look after our planet. Thank you.
Wow, right on time, Paul. You hit your mark. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.